Welcome back to Devil's Diary TV. Let the story begin. Halloween night, a group of friends discover an unmarked cartridge nestled within an old dusty console. The air is thick with anticipation and the scent of stale popcorn. A palpable excitement buzzes through the room as the friends huddle around the console, their curiosity piqued by the mysterious game. The room, dimly lit by the flickering glow of jack-o'-lanterns, emanates an eerie ambiance that sends a shiver down their spines. The creaking of the old house, the howling of the wind outside, and the distant hoot of an owl add to the uncanny atmosphere. The friends, however, are too engrossed in their discovery to notice. With bated breath, they insert the unmarked cartridge into the console. The ancient machine whirs and groans as it springs to life. A feeling of unease creeps into the room, as if the console itself is warning them against what they are about to do. But the thrill of the unknown overpowers their trepidation, and they press on. The game boots up, revealing an ominous title screen. The graphics, though outdated, are strangely compelling, almost hypnotic. An icy chill runs down their spines as they stare at the cryptic title, but they are too far gone to turn back now. Their hearts pound in their chests like a drum, each beat echoing their growing apprehension. The friends exchange anxious glances, their excitement now mingled with a sense of foreboding. The room seems to grow colder, the shadows deeper, but the allure of the unknown is too strong to resist. With a sense of determination, they pick up the controllers, their fingers trembling slightly. The silence in the room is broken by the eerie music emanating from the console. The notes, hauntingly beautiful yet chilling, seem to seep into their bones. They almost feel the room shift as if reality itself is bending around them. They press the start button and the game springs to life. And so the game began. Little did they know that they had just opened a portal to another realm. As the friends delve deeper into the game, strange occurrences start to manifest in the real world. The eerie whisper of the game's soundtrack seemed to ripple into their reality, a chilling echo punctuating the silence of their sleepover. The flickering lights danced in rhythm with their heartbeats, each blink a step closer to the edge of a terrifying abyss. The game's world, filled with haunted mansions and ghostly apparitions, was no longer confined to the television screen. As they navigated through the pixelated gloom, the friends could swear they heard the soft creak of a spectral door, the distant wail of an ethereal specter, the gentle scuttle of phantom footsteps. The echoes of the game were resonating in their reality, the boundary between the two worlds growing thinner with every passing moment. As they ventured further into the game, the line between the virtual and the physical blurred. Shadows began to creep and crawl across the room, not bound by any light source, but seemingly animated by the game itself. They twisted and turned, taking on grotesque shapes that mirrored the horrors they encountered in the game. The friends' laughter turned into hushed whispers, then silence. The joy of their sleepover was slowly replaced by an ever-growing sense of dread. Despite the mounting fear, they pressed on, each new level bringing with it a fresh wave of supernatural phenomena. The game was no longer just a game, it was a portal, a gateway that allowed the otherworldly to seep into their world. The friends tried to rationalize the bizarre happenings, but the line between logic and lunacy was as blurred as the line between the game and reality. The room was filled with a palpable tension, the air heavy with anxiety and fear. The friends were no longer just playing a game, they were living it, each button pressed a step deeper into the realm of the supernatural. The game had become more than a simple pastime. It was a haunting reality, a chilling nightmare that held them captive. In a world where games remained confined to screens, this one was breaking the fourth wall. The friends, now terrified, decide to turn off the console. But it's too late. The game has crossed the boundary into reality. A chilling realization washes over them like a cold draft in a haunted mansion. The pixels on the screen aren't just pixels anymore. The game characters aren't limited to the confines of the old console. They've leaped out, materialized in the real world, and they're not friendly. Fear, raw and unfiltered, clings to them, a palpable shroud in the dimly lit room. The joy of the Halloween sleepover has morphed into a nightmare they can't wake up from. Their hearts hammer in their chests, an echoing reminder of the danger they're in. The first friend, the one who had found the game, disappears. One moment he's there, the next swallowed by an entity that crawls out from the shadows. The room fills with screams, but there's no one to hear them. The game has them in its grip and it's not letting go. Then another friend, the one who laughed the loudest, who claimed not to believe in ghosts, vanishes, pulled into the darkness by a specter that couldn't possibly exist, but does. The remaining friends huddle together, their faces pale under the flickering light. Desperation fuels them. They scramble to unplug the console, to smash it, to do anything to stop the nightmare. But the entities are already here in their world, and they're hungry. The friends fight, they run, they hide, but one by one they're claimed. The entities don't discriminate. They don't care about the laughter that once filled the room, the friendships that were supposed to be celebrated. They're here for one thing only, and they're winning. The room grows quieter, emptier. The game has crossed into reality, and it's claiming its players, pulling them into a terror they never signed up for. The remaining friends fight on, but hope is fading, just like the light in the room. With each passing second, the room grew emptier. The game was winning. With their friends gone, the remaining two make a desperate final stand. Now, the stakes were higher than ever. They were fighting not just for their own survival, but for the memory of their fallen friends. Their palms were sweaty, gripping the controllers with a determination that was palpable. The game had drawn them into a nightmare, but they were resolute in their decision to see it through to the bitter end. Their resolve was soon put to the test as they faced off against the game's final boss, a monstrous entity that seemed to be woven from the very fabric of their deepest fears. It was a grotesque amalgamation of darkness, its form constantly shifting and rippling, a mirror reflecting the terror in their hearts. Every time they blinked, it seemed to morph into something even more terrifying. The room around them started to shake, mirroring the tumultuous battle unfolding on the screen. The lights flickered ominously, casting long, monstrous shadows that danced and writhed on the walls. The air grew colder, and their breaths came out in frosty puffs as if the game was siphoning the warmth from the room, the life from their bodies. They fought with everything they had, their fingers flying over the buttons, their eyes never leaving the screen. The entity roared and lashed out, but they dodged and countered, their hearts pounding in sync with the rhythm of the game. It was a dance of death, a symphony of terror, a testament to their will to survive. And then just when they thought they couldn't hold on any longer, they found an opening, a chink in the entity's armor. With a final desperate surge of adrenaline, they launched their attack, their avatars lunging forward on the screen, ready to strike the final blow. But then, just as they were about to make contact, the screen goes black. The room plunged into silence, the only sound their ragged breathing echoing in the sudden stillness. The final stand was over, but was it victory or defeat? Only the darkness knew. In the deafening silence that follows, they wait, hoping against hope that they have succeeded. The room, once a chaotic battleground, returns to its mundane normality. Their hearts, thumping like wild drum beats, start to slow. A collective sigh of relief spreads across the room. They believe oh so naively that the nightmare has ended. But their eyes lock onto the console, once home to the cursed game cartridge. Now it's glaringly empty. As they stare at the empty console, a chilling question lingers in the air. Where did the game go? For more horror stories from the Devil's Diary TV, click here to watch now. Like, comment, and subscribe before it's too late for you too.